reading comprehension, and now she's working as a postdoc at our school on multi-hop reasoning and trustworthy AI with Professor Anthony Tang. So, yeah. Okay, the floor is yours, Yixuan.
Okay. Okay, so good afternoon. I'm Yixuan from Prof. Anthony's team. In this talk, I want to discuss a simple idea. For trustworthy AI, we not only want to check what information is presented to the audience, but we also want to ask whether important information is missing and whether the missing information will change what people understand. So instead of talk you through one paper, we want to make a broader position for this argument. So let me start with a simple example. Imagine a public claim reported violent crime rose 30% last year. Our city is less safe than it has been. So the first part is factually correct. It's supported by the police data. So a standard fact checker may label this statement as true. But several important details are missing. First, the reporting system changes. Multiple offenses in the same indices are not counted separately. Secondly, the rate for the comparison year was unusually low. And third, the crime rate is still below the 10-year average. So although the statistics of 30% increase is true, but the conclusion that the city is less safe is not supported. So this is a type of problem we call omission-based half-truths. And why does this matter? Because selective framing can affect real decisions, even when no sentence presented is directly false. For example, it can shape how patients understand their treatment, how investors judge a company, or what citizens believe about public safety, as in the example I mentioned before. So there is a gap between truth verification and understanding the information. But omission is much more difficult to detect compared to actual false. First, the space of missing information is almost unlimited. The important evidence may never or is very hard to retrieve. And not every missing information matters. Also, in real-world evidence is often incomplete, repeated, or conflicting. So not just us find this problem important, the research community is moving in this direction from different angles. In fact verification, recent work study half-truths, cherry-picking, missing context, and so on. In retrieval and RAG, researchers are moving from relevance towards sufficiency, completeness, and attribution. And in model safety, work on deception tests how a system can be misled without making a clearly false statement. And also in evaluation and LM evaluation, the judges usually only audit what is presented or what is there in the generated output. But auditing for completeness is mostly unmeasured. So these are important efforts, but there are still many challenges. So we want to address also make an effort towards this direction. So we organize this into 3 different stages. First is exposure. What evidence reaches to the users? So if a retriever only returns repeatedly crime wave reports in the example, then the missing context will be never seen by the users. And we want to address this by new scope framework we proposed. The second is interpretation. What conclusion is the user guided or invited to draw based on the presented evidence? And the missing fact may be important for one intended conclusion, but it can also be irrelevant for another. And third is the judgment. Does the verdict still hold when the available evidence is noisy and incomplete? So we address the second answer by Trace and Rita. And the same running example, we will repeatedly refer to it during different stages. First point is you cannot detect an omission that you never retrieve or you never see. So dense retrieval now often returns many similar copies of the same narrative. We call it dominant story. And new scope, what we propose is to work at statement level. We first split articles into statements, then group similar statements into clusters, and finally select documents that covers as much different clusters as possible. But in the meantime, we will weight both relevance and information coverage. So in the same running example, a standard dense retrieval may return many copies of the article, saying that a violent crime indeed rose by 30%. But new scope is likely to surface like reporting role change or the unfair comparison baseline due to pandemic area. So on the right, it's an example for the results written by our diverse retrieval. The same color indicates the article covers similar information. We can see dense retrieval, the top results written by dense retrieval only covers two different angles, but after diverse re-ranking, it will be 5 different angles. And we aim to provide users with more comprehensive understanding of the event. Yeah, the results here, the blue line and the green line are our results. It compares on the same F1 level how different information is covered by the retrieved result, the higher is better. So it can show new scope retrieves more distinct perspectives while keep similar strong relevance scores. So the second question is, which omission actually changes the conclusion, since not every missing detail is equally important. And we propose tracer. First, we separate presented evidence from the hidden or missing evidence. Second, we try to infer what the claim actually want to deliver. And third, we will identify whether the assumptions needed to support those inferred conclusion is there, and whether the missing evidence will break those assumptions. So in our example, the counting method change will be the critical hidden evidence. With this evidence, the implied conclusion that the city has become less safe is broken or is unsupported. So when we tracer is designed as a lightweight additional component for existing verification methods. So you can see on the right the performance. The empty circle are the original performance. The solid circle means with tracer added on. We can see it improves the overall performance, and the largest improvement is on the half-true classes, which is exactly the omission-aware half-truths we want to address. So tracer assumes access to complete evidence, but in real world, we cannot access golden evidence, and reader address this by a role anchor debate mechanism. So all the agents in reader share the same noisy evidence pool. So we have a politician agent who build the strongest coherent narrative from the evidence. And we have one scientist to look for missing assumptions and check whether the evidence is sufficient. Finally, we have a judge agent stops the debate and make the final decision. So this is different from standard pro-con debate. For omission, the key factor is that we want to build a convincing narrative and then check the sufficiency of that narrative. So the figure here shows the results. The red one are the reader across different backbone LLM backbones. We perform better than all the baselines. It includes like single agent baseline and other existing multi-agent debate baselines. So together, these projects move beyond true or false. We want to also ask what evidence reaches the user. What implied conclusion is the user invited to draw? Which missing context will change it? and does the verdict survive noisy and incomplete evidences? But more importantly, we should evaluate not only the model accuracy, but we also want to evaluate how user really interpret and make decisions based on the information they received. So there are much more questions to ask. We want to also ask about which sources are reliable, how do different perspectives relate to each other, is there common omission patterns, and also we think real impact on humans should be more studied. So in all the cases we just showed, actually they share one same structure, which is locally accurate but globally misleading, and it does not only appears in half-truths. It does not only appears in news, but it also appears across different high-stake domains, including legal briefs, clinical trial reporting, financial disclosures, and policy communication. So in all these domains, we aim to help users with more diverse information access, omission-aware interpretation of the information they received, and also more robust reasoning and judgment. So this is our position. This is the takeaway sentence, and thank you for your listening.
I get advice to engage with our speaker. Having their treatment. Oh, okay, so let's let our speaker in. Okay, so Jay is let me take the intro. Jay, because I think you should know that